Hello, this is JYP Entertainment. We held in-depth discussions with the members ahead of the expiration of their exclusive contract on January 19th. As a result of the discussions, both the company and the members have agreed not to renew a contract, instead wishing for a new future. GOT7 has been a global idol group representing K-pop for the last 7 years, since they debuted on January 16th, 2014. GOT7 has been together through the growth of both K-pop and JYP Entertainment, and we would like to thank the fans, iGOT7s, who have been the driving force behind GOT7's promotions with the generous support they have shown since their debut. Although our relationship with GOT7 is over, JYP Entertainment will sincerely support the new future that each member of GOT7 will move on to. So, as the above quote shows, it has recently been confirmed that each member of GOT7 will not be re-signing with JYP Entertainment, thus leaving the agency. But how exactly and why exactly did this happen? Here's the timeline summed up. GOT7's Yugyeom was reported to maybe be leaving JYP Entertainment following rumors of Jinyoung's suspected leave a few weeks prior. Soon afterwards, JYP himself decides to unfollow members Bam Bam, Jinyoung, and Mark with interesting timing, while still following Jackson, Youngjae, and interestingly, Yugyeom too. Apparently, he was never even following GOT7's JB to begin with, which honestly just seems insulting. Bam Bam leaves a comically funny reply to the whole situation on Twitter. Past mistreatment of GOT7 from JYP resurfaces, and JYP stocks plummet almost immediately. A couple of days later, we get to where we are now, with each member of GOT7 confirmed to be leaving the label. Now, let's dive into this a bit. Where will each member be going? Prior to the announcement, Yugyeom was apparently in talks with AOMG, a record label founded by the infamous J Park, according to a story from Spot V. Now, final meetings with the higher-ups at AOMG are complete. Jinyoung was in talks with BH Entertainment and has since completed final discussions with the actor agency. After the announcement of each member leaving JYP Entertainment, it was revealed that Youngjae has been scouted by Sublime Artist Agency, most famously known for Rain. JB has received calls from a famous hip-hop and global music label, through which he will promote as a soloist. Jackson will carry on with his solo music through his Team Wang label, and carry out domestic activities through a Korean label that we are unsure of yet. Bam Bam will be promoting in both Korea and Thailand, and is considering a contract with Make Us Entertainment for domestic activities. And Mark will return home to Los Angeles. After spending time there with his family, he will reportedly be opening a YouTube channel and consider working as a soloist in the United States. At least, these are all the most likely courses for each member. A source from JYP Entertainment stated that they cannot confirm which agencies the members are in contact with, but let's be honest here, it's basically been confirmed. After learning about each individual's solo paths and goals for the near future, what about GOT7 as a whole? Will the group still remain a group, even with each member following different paths at different companies, even countries, with no contractual obligation from JYP Entertainment? Okay, that made it sound doubtful, but at this point, nobody knows about the future of GOT7 for sure. According to an insider source, the GOT7 members are all very close. They wanted to stay together, but they split on which label to stay with. After a lot of talking, they decided to go their separate ways. A close acquaintance with GOT7 told Dispatch that the members care a lot about GOT7. Though they will each promote separately, they agreed to make time for when GOT7 reunites. Something to note is that Jackson has been promoting solo globally for a little while now, and despite his busy schedule, he still made time for GOT7's comebacks. If it was possible for one member of GOT7 to do this, then it is possible for all 7, although it will definitely be difficult with schedule conflicts and differing goals. Again, nothing is certain, but I think this is probably the most likely path, and one that would make both GOT7 and their agases happy. GOT7 gets their freedom and ability to shine through what suits each individual best, and fans still get some new collaborative hits from them from time to time. While this may be upsetting given that GOT7 has been in the game for 7 years, we should respect the decision of each member, and wish them success in their individual pursuits. We should all be thankful of the great music that they have put out over the years, and take solace in the fact that they still seem to all be such good friends. Now let's analyze why each member decided to leave JYP. It makes sense when you take into account what GOT7 has to put up with from their current company, and there are quite a few examples. JYP Entertainment doesn't seem to take the safety of GOT7 members seriously enough, pushing aside the impact of harmful ceasing fans and malicious comments to the point where some members have resorted to having to deal with these matters themselves. Aside from safety concerns, the biggest red flag from JYP is how they fail to properly promote and schedule GOT7 and give the impression that they just don't care for the success of the group. Most recently, it was a big story that JYP just didn't promote their most recent comeback, but were favoring and promoting other K-pop groups under the label. Without proper showcases, interviews, teasers, or even social media content for 2 whole months, it seems like the JYP division responsible for all of this, Division 2, left the group out in the cold. Even prior to this, domestic activities and interviews were practically non-existent, and international performances and schedule requests were ignored. As a side note, JYP Entertainment also seems to impose creativity restrictions on self-composing songs by GOT7, turning down songs from JB, changing lyrics, and trying to remove Page as a title song due to the fact that it was self-imposed. These creativity restrictions even extend to the very voice and appearance to some of those under his label. According to Soompi, JYP forces idols to sound a certain way, picks their makeup, chooses their styling, leaving little room for personal freedom and choice. Signing with another company could increase these freedoms, help protect the members from safety concerns, and provide better promotional and even emotional support for the members if they need it. With Day6's J, a group also under JYP, he told fans mid-last year that he felt the company wasn't supporting him, placing heavy restrictions on his work and not promoting him properly. And soon before this, the entire group had to suspend all of their activities due to, quote, several members suffering symptoms of psychological anxiety. Not a good sign. JYP, the man himself, has also been caught up in some less than desirable situations over the years that definitely taint his image a bit. Sure, he and the company may feed their idols organic foods and do some mental health checkups, but that doesn't excuse slut-shaming and requiring backup dancers to wear blackface. Seriously. Apparently, he was also accused of being in a cult, so there's that interesting note. And one time, prior to the debut of GOT7, JYP told Youngjae that he wasn't satisfied with him, he was lacking, and that Youngjae would be the reason that the other members couldn't debut, which made him feel very sorry and guilty towards the other members. Lastly, when J Park was under JYP Entertainment, J revealed that he received verbal and physical abuse from the company. Years later, JYP terminated J's contract with the company due to a technicality, and J Park went on to start his own company, AOMG, and becoming one of South Korea's most famous rappers at the same time. Ironically, in case you don't remember, his company, AOMG, is the one which Yukyum is currently in talks with. How the tables have turned. Of course, there is more out there, and I definitely missed some things, but you get the idea. At this point, why would any group want to stick with JYP? Let's get to the final part of this whole thing, social media. As for the unfollowing of GOT7 members on social media, I'm not entirely sure why he chose to only unfollow Bam Bam, Jinyoung, and Mark. Jinyoung maybe because of the whole BH Entertainment thing, but then why not Yukyum as well? And what did Bam Bam and Mark do? Regardless of what prompted this pitiful display of pettiness, Bam Bam had the best reply to the situation with this GIF, or GIF, the deletion of all of his JYP-related tweets, and, of course, an unfollow, alongside Youngjae, who deleted a video of himself covering a JYP song. All of this tension seems to have been stored away for quite a while, so it's nice to see the members breaking free from their mistreatment and standing up for themselves a bit, likely to the surprise of JYP. Hashtags about the situation were constantly trending on Twitter, such as GOT7 is free, JYP Entertainment, GOT7, and most importantly, GOT7 forever, with millions of tweets after each member posted this iconic picture with that same caption to their social medias. And that brings this whole thing to a close. Just as the hashtag said, GOT7 is finally free, but they will forever be 7.